So one of our missions is to work with the women in these communities, to help them have an income, to help them with sustainability, and to help improve the quality of the lives of the women. And let's talk about this and how we're doing this. And what I'm going to be asking you, well, Cindy and I are going to be asking you to participate in today. We have a cooperative in Palomas. You've seen some of the baskets and things that I have brought here. We donate supplies to the women in Palomas, including sewing machines, material, thread, needles, whatever they need. They are taught in a facility to make these products. They make them, I cross them back, sell them, and then I keep track of everything that each individual woman sold, and each individual woman gets 100% of the money from the sale of her products. Now, Paula, who's our cooperative leader down there, did not want to have a bigger co-op than we have right now because the women fight. If they get too many women together, over time, something happens, and they argue, and then people don't want to come, and all that. So they're at a nice number now. And I said, well, that's real fine, but I understand that, but would you do a second one? And she said, well, sure. I said, well, would you do it in an APRA? And she said, well, sure. So we have been collecting all these items, you know, the sewing machines, material, threads, needles, scissors, you name it, slowly crossing them into a APRA. We have women from Tomasita's closed chapel and San Jose to an APRA, and we're going to start a co-op between these women and get them some income that will help improve their lives. The model works. It works really well. And women can work together in a gathering, and we have meetings. We eat. You know, we all bring something, and you can eat even if you can't bring something. We meet, but they can also work at home. So if they've got little people in their lives, you know, they can be in the kitchen working and earning more money than they're ever going to make anywhere else. The idea that Cindy and I talked about, I think I had given my ministry presentation first. Cindy gave her second. And I was just sitting there, and I was sitting right in the middle of the room. And I'm looking at her, and all of a sudden, you know, you can't take credit for epiphanies. Right? We all know that, right? I'm sitting there going, oh, we have to put the women together. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know how it will grow. I don't know how it will evolve. But women helping women is a powerful, powerful thing. And so we met again, like we said, not that long ago, and started throwing some ideas around. I would like to hear your ideas, but I'll throw out a couple of ours. I would almost like you to adopt somebody without even knowing them. Love them without ever having met them. And adopt somebody. And start some sort of communication with them. We're going to start one today with putting together the toiletries and the little cards. But I'd love to make a connection that's a one-on-one or a one-on-two. You know, adopt two people if you want. I don't know how it's going to unfold. I will be a courier. I will get the things to the women. Katie Hudak comes to, I meet her in El Paso a lot. You know, I can get them to her, she can get them, I can get them into Palomas pretty easily. And I want the women at the other side to respond. You might need a translator, but to create that connection, to let them know that they're not forgotten, that the body of Christ is always and will be always. And just because there's a wall, there's no wall for God. So I'd love to hear, can you tell I preach? I mean, I told her I'm going to be so excited. I'd like to hear your ideas.
Excuse me, is Consuelo Esther involved in this ministry? Is this her ministry?
No, this is my ministry.
Well, I mean, she helps. There's
No, it's a separate,
they're two
it's
different.
a separate cooperative.
No, same cooperativa, they're helped by a group of border ministry organizations. Consuelo would be one, there's another place called Border Partners, then there's Rio Grande Border Ministries, and then there's a fourth one whose name escapes me right now. And I have encouraged this group of women to get as much help as possible from anybody who wants to give it. So this is, the ANAPRA people have nothing to do with Consuelo. Consuelo only deals with Palomas. And not that frequently because of the, there's a distance,
Well, once a month she
from here. Sometimes not.
Yeah. But you know her, right?
Very well, yeah. It is the same group of women in Palomas, but not in ANAPRA.
I may have missed it if you said so, but are these women allowed to come across the border?
No. In the women in the Palomas Cooperative, not one. In the ANAPRA Cooperative, I don't know. I don't know that yet. So it's always a matter of me going. I have a show-up ministry, we have other ministries down there. We have a food program and some other things that we do with children. The meetings of the co-op are scheduled, but my other visits, I'm just showing up at somebody's house with food and blankets and coats and stuff. In ANAPRA, it's possible. There could be people in ANAPRA who are able to cross.
My thought is,
But you can cross.
I can cross. Yeah, it has not been formulated at all, but when in my short experience here, which is about a year, I met some women who I don't know what they even call themselves, or if they think of themselves as artists. It seems like something that's handed down, but the craft or art of the paper flower making and the weaving of the palm fronds are so incredible that I would like to learn how to do it, and there must be other people who would like to learn how to do it, or I'm assuming there would.
Well, it would be wonderful to, what I'm hearing, let me say this back to you. If we could have a meeting of the cooperative in Palomas and some of you came.
Sure, and I know that our church purchases these things from them, like for Easter, the Palm Sunday, the fronds, that are incredibly, something could come from that, and I don't know what.
Or you could learn how to make the baskets, which are the most stunning things. I've got them in the car, but one of the most stunning things I've ever seen.
Okay.
And they are also used in several of our congregations within our diocese for the bread.
But I don't know how it would happen. It just, if there is a woman or a mother and daughter that do this, it would benefit them personally to teach Americans how to do this.
It would be an incredible amount of self-respect.
Yeah. So that's there, but I don't know how you would.
Well, I don't know that we have anybody who does the palms, but I can find that out. But if we take it one step further, once some of these relationships are forming, or to help them even form, some of you could come down. I try it for obvious reasons, not to show up with a busload, and because we try to be pretty quiet. However, it's obvious to me that people know I'm there. I mean, really? I am living proof that God has a really good sense of humor.
I would be too.
But, a few at a time would certainly